Latherman's crazy machines. How a planet orbits. It takes two. Because they're getting caught in the Lagrange point, just like planets. They need the moon to finish the fucking circuit. Opposing fields. That's how the solar system works. Well, we'll hope not to fly into the sun, but... They'll follow the sun, and as it rotates, they rotate too. Working model. Sure doesn't look like gravity. It's got a piece of ferro paper, ferrocell, showing it locks in, but buffers on the other side, repelling at the same time. So it holds it away from the magnet, but it holds it. That's how it works. Now, this guy's name is Irving Finkel. He is the curator to the British Museum, and he has something to tell you scientifically.
So this bizarre writing, if you've never seen it before, you shortly will, is nothing to do with code. It is a proper functional writing system with the same purpose behind it as our own alphabetic.
He just put your words right back in your face. And I think he knows more about the cuneiform Bible canon than you do, Lee. You've obviously shunned it to embrace it. A twisted version. Amazing.
It's come to my attention recently, rather miserable in its import, that there are people in this country who've never actually seen a cuneiform tablet. How this can be in this day and age, I don't know.
I know exactly how it is. Because scientific people like Scientific Lee hold on to a twisted version that went through 17 kings' hands and a fucking emperor who wrote down fucking twisted fucking shortened versions of this in a book and called it the Word of God. And Lee fell for it and embraces it and would rather fucking die fucking believing a lie than knowing the truth. And he wants to take you with him. Now, we covered this in previous videos. Type in Bible canon and you get cuneiform. And in the Mesopotamian creation myth, it tells about how Earth was separated from heaven because there was a planet destroyed on this sun, and we got trapped into the Lagrange point in it and got yanked off of our original sun, which was an ultraviolet blue spectrum sun. So when you read that, you kind of wonder, well, maybe that's why the Eye of Ra is in our biology. Because this very distinct magnet signature, which will never change, the magnet signature is determined at the atomic level of the magnet, and it never changes. It is always unique. Well, this one just happens to be carved on every stone not rolling fast enough in mourning, not worship. There is no Jesus on toast in physics. This is a real object, interplanetary magnetic field lines, meaning it's not Earth's at all, blasting a CME behind our planet, which is right here, and the sun we orbit is on this side. This is your night side, folks. This is not Jesus on toast. This is physics in real life. And it's very accurate. We've been calling out quakes by the minute, magnitude, and within 50 fucking miles of where it's going to hit. For years now, on this channel, on my live casts, Otis first. Yeah, your human might be crunchy. Hee little spike. And the same cuneiform tells us we were taller. The skeleton evidence shows 12 to 14 foot when we were on the other sun, because there was more energy out of the ultraviolet sun. There's so much energy coming out of it to this day, it's like a black light. You can't actually see the light coming from the sun, only the interaction of the particles, which enhances colors and such. It's not the actual UV you're looking at. That's physics. In 2010, the Inuits who live by the moon and the sun and navigate with it just like a sailor, myself, the earth tilted and began making the moon do the nightly cartwheel that it's been doing. Funny, Bible canon states when Nibiru, aka planet heaven, and its sun near Earth, the Earth's axis tilts, making the sky roll. Thus begins tribulations of Earth. And that is a quote from 6,000 years before the fucking Bible. And Constantine took that very clear passage and said, in the end of days, the moon will become confounded. Confounded meaning confused. Confused because it rises wax and sets wax, and it rises wane and sets wane forever. Until 2010. All of a sudden it's rising wax and setting wane, rising wane and setting wax. It should never do that. And there are definitions for waxing and waning moon. There is time called the calendar set by that process of phases staying the same throughout the night, every year, until October 2010. Then our moon at rise starts to roll and sets 180 degrees from where it was nightly now. This is something you can actually view with your own eyes.
Compare this picture, taken from the UK, with my Australian view.
Notice Tycho Crater is over here exactly where it belongs. Tycho Crater is at the top of the moon. It should never be there in the northern hemisphere, yet it is every morning when you get up. Right before the fucking moon sets. This is what it looks like almost at rise. Actually, the Tycho Crater is usually about 3 to 4 o'clock when it rises. which it should never be there either. But it rolls all the way up here to about 11 o'clock every morning. And you can see that with your eyeball.
You can instantly see that the moon looks a different shape. The shadow is on the other side. But that's not all. Look more closely at the patterns on the surface. The big dark area on the left of the moon is the Sea of Tranquility. It's the place where Apollo 11 landed.
The Eagle has landed. Roger, Tranquility. We copy you on the ground. You got a bunch of guys about to turn blue. We're breathing again. Thanks a lot.
So let's compare the view that we've got here tonight with the one that you've got in the UK. The Sea of Tranquility has jumped to the right-hand side. That's because the moon you see is the other way up from ours.
It's doing
So
this
how is that?
every night.
Everyone on Earth is seeing the same moon at
And
the
it
same
shouldn't
time.
be.
We see it a different way up because we are.
Look,
a different
homie's
way
standing up looking at the moon. He's not laying on his back. He's walking around. The moon's in the sky. And he's showing you how it should look.
Motorcycle helmet here
And it
to
doesn't
represent
look like
the Earth.
that anymore.
And we're going to use this little camera to represent you sitting on top of the Earth. If you imagine that my face is the moon, the view from this camera shows.
This is a well-known phenomena to sailors or people who navigate. We navigated north and south on this planet for centuries using this knowledge.
Shows how you'd see it from the UK. The right way up. And if we travel from the UK to Australia, we're going to go around the curve of the Earth. Until maybe I look a little different.
We just went north to south on the planet. Going east to west on the planet has never flipped anything. Obviously, we tilted. We're still spinning in the same direction, relatively. However, our orientation has changed. And now, it isn't just the moon. The entire fucking sky is doing cartwheels.
The sun. It's our planets. The moon is cartwheeling.
Timestamp proof.
And it's not just the moon. It's the sun. It's our planets. It's our equatorial constellations like Orion.
If you have a telescope, you can watch the sun flip the fucking sunspots every day. It shouldn't be going on. This is Jupiter, time-stamped from a telescope. It and its moons are doing a fucking cartwheel also. Now this guy, who likes to lie, refuses to take time-stamped pictures of his own sky and takes a drawn picture of the moon and attaches it to a wire so it won't move to convince you that your moon isn't doing a cartwheel. He won't do a time-stamped picture of it, though, because he's a lying sack of shit, and he knows the moon's doing a cartwheel and shouldn't. That is evil. Evilly done. In short, if you want a good depiction of what happened in our past, you'll go to the original writings. The oldest writings on the planet, the cuneiform. Cuneiform in the Bible. Bible cuneiform. Cuneiform. Fucking Bible canon. The original books of the Bible. Inside the Bible, there is a book named Jeremiah. Jeremiah 8:8 completely accuses the scribes and their lying pen and asks the Pharisees, how can we call this the word of God if the hand of the scribe that's writing the book is lying? All will be revealed in the end of days, and in the end of the days, the moon will become confounded. Gee, it's been revealed. And Lee, we see you clearly. You're a fucking pig that lies and cost lives. Dude, not cool.